welcome back into part two now. We said to kind of recap for NFL. We had our week six picks and then get into some baseball, wrap up with some college football before we have left here. Mike, I have them all here, and I'll kind of make note of them, but correct me on any lines, kind of like we did
Yeah,
last week.
we can go
Have me for
consistent with
Mike
the CBS. We will consistent with the CBS pick'em lines.
with whenever we have,
Yeah, just like that'll be our baseline. We'll
Thursday.
move by Sunday.
Yeah, we did that. We did Thursday last week, but we'll probably stick to most. I think a lot of Wednesdays going forward. But yeah, so Mike had another bad week. We both got a lot of winners right, but not covering the spread. That seemed to happen a lot last week. Their favorite teams that won, but not by enough. So 4-12 for me, 3-13 for Mike. So hopefully right the ship a bit this week. We'll start with tomorrow night's game. I have this as a pick 'em, Mike. I don't know if
minus 0.5 for a home game.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I'm going Chicago. They're wearing the orange jerseys. They'll be. I like them more.
You know, I think I agree with you on that, especially the orange jerseys. They look slightly more competent. So yeah, I'll go Chicago as well. All right, then I have San Francisco at Atlanta. Right now, I see the Niners at 5.5.
Yep, that's what I have. I'm gonna go with San Fran. I'm just really buying into them. I think they are either one or two best teams in that conference.
Yeah, I actually agree with you on that. It's first because I think the Falcons are. I think that if I were to make a picture right now, I'd say San Francisco, Philadelphia NFC Championship game. But yeah, all right, cool. New England, our Patriots at Cleveland. Cleveland favored by 2.5. Where are you at? I mean, yeah, where are you at on this? I know you've been kind of down in the past this year.
I should have probably texted you. I did have a nice morning flip once I remember they're in the right. I should have texted you to switch my pick. They have announced a lot of I like the Lions. But with all that said, I'm going with the Browns. I don't know. This feels like a Chubb we're gonna get shunted after like a great defensive game. Like we're gonna.
All right, I'll be optimistic here. I'll pick the Pats. Again, this probably won't be one I actually wager on, but
yeah, I'm not touching this. My real pockets, but
yeah, this is my only chance for my whole optimistic view of the Pats this year. So they have to win all these games.
Hey, if they want to keep on proving me wrong, fine by me.
Yeah, you won't hate it. Here's an interesting one that I'm seeing, and I don't really know. New York Jets going to Lambeau Field to play the Packers.
I have 6.5.
You have 6.5? Okay, that makes it a little harder.
I don't know. It makes no sense, but I like the Packers. I don't know. It just seems like Zach Wilson and Lambeau just seems like a very 13-point effort. If that makes sense.
Okay. Well, what if the Packers score 17?
That's impossible. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm just it worked for me last week. New York team versus the Jets. I'm going to ride it again. I'm going to probably be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if this. I can see this going either way. I can see them kicking the Jets' ass, or I can see it just being a grind out that could go either way. But just to be fun, I'll go with the Jets here. We have some teams on bye, so this will be we'll have 2 less games here. 4 teams on bye here. I have AFC South matchup. I have Jacksonville at Indianapolis. I'm seeing the Colts favored by 2. Do you have something different?
2.5.
2.5. All right. Next time we'll try to do these ahead of time.
I kind of like the who's on tonight, but yeah.
Except we're not guessing. We're just literally looking. I'm going with the ESPN app, and then you're going off that. I guess I could just look up CBS also. But okay, 2.5. I don't know. They're in there. Is the roof going to be open? That's a real question. I think Indianapolis in this one.
I'm going to go Indy. I feel like because they lose every year in Jacksonville, they always win.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know if Taylor's going to be back or not. That is a big question. I'm going to stick with Indy.
That's
no matter
true.
what.
That's true.
Taylor's back. I definitely like him. If not, I guess I'll go with him.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. I'm really underwhelmed with the showing that Jacksonville had at home against Houston. It's kind of weird. I mean, it's kind of weird how the Jaguars beat the Colts, but the Houston Texans always beat the Jaguars, and the Titans just sit there until they win the division.
Yeah, that's true. I see another one on here that could be more of this, but I'm going to throw it out here just because of the whole situation. And I can't wait to, I'm going to be so wrong on this, but it's a 1 o'clock hour, third string quarterback. My lock of the week is the Vikings. I see 3.5 in Miami. I don't know if that line's any different on your end.
It's still mine. I think they lock it on Tuesday. It's kind of nice that you get some good fortunate lines as it goes. Like probably by kick. I kind of like to.
So you have 3.5.
Yeah, I'm saying the Vikings. Like part of like to like put that in now. Like if I want to do it before it moves.
Yeah. That's a good point. I can't wait till they're gonna win by field goal. All right, another interesting one here. Do you know Jameis' status? Is he still hurt? Because if not, then this is the Andy Dalton revenge game. Cincinnati, I'm seeing -1.5 in wins.
Yep.
Okay.
I like Cincy still. I feel like they've lost all 3 of their games on a last second field goal.
Yeah.
Tucker, the Cowboys.
That's true. Yeah.
And then
the
Steelers.
Yeah.
So they're 2-3. I think they're better than 2-3. I feel like these are the games that they win. So I'm going to go Bengals.
All right. Baltimore now at the G-Men. Yeah, I just think this is going to be
the Giants aren't that good game. Yeah.
And like know what level you're on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to be drinking the haterade on the Giants. So I'm going to go with the Ravens.
You have -6?
-5.5.
5.5. Got it. Make that switch. All right. Here's another one that I think could just be ugly.
Bucks.
Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. Do you have 8 for them?
8.5.
8.5. I don't know. They've been weird. The more I think about it, I'm like, these aren't last year's Bucks or the year before championship Bucks. I thought they would have kicked Atlanta's ass last week with no Pitts and no Patterson. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Are you still going Tampa?
I'm still going Tampa. I know Brady knows how to win in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I probably won't actually touch this, but
yeah,
I don't know. I think they're gonna win. I trust me. It wasn't like I almost would tie them into like a parlay, Monday night parlay. I'm like they're gonna win. I just don't know by how much. All right, then we have Carolina at the Rams. Do you have 10 there?
10.5.
10.5. This one's intriguing to me because the Panthers are not good by any means, but as we've seen, the Rams, speaking of not being last year's version, they're not last year's Rams. So that being said, I might still go with the Rams.
I think I'm gonna go with the Rams, but this is my one. I think my one. I'll text you before Sunday if I change it, because it could be by Sunday. I might be. In my head, I'm like, oh, this could just be the Cam Akers, Henderson. Let's just run the ball, get out of here.
Or
the Panthers' strength is their defense. So I'm like, I don't know. Keep it close. PJ Walker at the quarterback. I don't know.
This could be this would also screw me. This might be a Tampa Bay Rams teaser, maybe potentially. We'll see. Because I'm convinced both teams are going to win the game. It's just I don't know if those could be weird games. But all right. Arizona talking about Kyler Murray earlier going to Seattle to face Geno Smith. Do you have 3-point favorites for Arizona?
2.5.
2.5. I know we're big on Geno Smith, but I think the Cards will pull this out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Arizona too.
Might be tight, but yeah.
All the vibes are with Seattle, but
there's that thing again.
It's a different chat. I'm in 2 group chats.
Damn, Mike and I are on a tear here of having the same picks. We differed only on 2 so far. I picked Pats and Jets. You picked Browns and Packers. Buffalo 2.5 at -2.5 at Kansas City. So yeah.
Who do you got?
Kansas City.
I'm gonna live switch to Buffalo. I'm gonna go with Buffalo. Revenge game.
Okay. Revenge. I don't know. They just seem like it's like the first time the Chiefs have been home dogs in like so long. I feel like they're almost gonna take offense to that. So
I don't think Josh Allen's not thought about that game. So
that's a good point. But I think that the venue might still. I don't know. I'm going Kansas City. And then finally we have
last year. So
what's that?
The Bills won in KC in the regular season last year.
That is true. But I feel like I don't know. Part of me is like the Chiefs, like the Bills have kind of been anointed here as AFC champs here. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Then we have Dallas at Philly on Sunday night. I don't know. I think this is also going to be okay. Are the Dallas Cowboys really that good without Dak Prescott? I think Philly. I think there's been some weird Dallas Philly games before where Philly just have a good game on their home turf. So even I have 6 here, Mike. I don't know if that's accurate.
I have 4.5 for the next two.
Oh wow, that is very different than the ESPN app. I do see 4.5 for Broncos Chargers.
I think these are as of Tuesday, and that was before the Cooper Rush news came out. So yeah, I think this is the slap in the face.
Oh wait, what's the Cooper Rush news?
He's starting. Like I think they're saying Dak could have played on Tuesday.
Okay.
I think McCarthy came out yesterday and saying Rush is going to play. So I like the Eagles. I think it's just sort of like the thanks for the memories, Cooper Rush, but it's Dak time next week.
Okay, cool. So we both got Philly there, and
then I assume we both have LA just because of
because the Broncos are so terrible.
Yeah, it would be so very Chargers to lose this game, but just I'm not taking the hack man anywhere.
No. All right, so that sums it up. We'll have probably similar records this week. We'll see. We have only 3 that we're differing on, but we'll see how these go. Perfect. All right, so that should do it for NFL for the week. We'll move on to MLB now. So, we're obviously in the midst of the division series now. We had a full slate of games yesterday and then a couple tonight for the NL. But I think we should mainly focus on, or we'll get to first the wild card round. First year we had the best of 3 over the weekend, which was really cool. It was nice having the weekend series, just the home team's ballpark, Friday to Sunday. Although there's only one game that ended up getting played on Sunday, the other 2 were wrapped up in 2 games. I think a big surprise, maybe not a big surprise, but just not so much that they won, but how quickly things went wrong for the Cardinals, and the Phillies were able to win that one game, and then they were able to rattle off another one game too. But that ninth inning, the first. I mean, it wasn't the first game overall because that was Cleveland Tampa, which we can get to. But Philly's fresh in my mind because they're on the TV right now. But really impressive comeback / bad collapse for the Cardinals in Game 1, and I feel like that kind of maybe sealed the deal there in Game 1.
Yeah, that sucked the life out of them, especially. That's the one thing I did say I was nervous about going in was I thought the Cardinals were the absolute last 5 team. I did really like them with Arenado and Goldschmidt, but they were facing 2 bona fide studs in Wheeler and Nola, and they're going out with Quintana. I know pitched well, but he would only go through 2 times in the lineup.
And they yanked him too early. I hated that move when they did it.
And then Mikolas, who's a solid pitcher, but he doesn't get the strikeouts. He's very contact based, and with a team like Philly with those boppers of Schwarber, Harper, Castellanos, who's been terrible all year, he's having a great postseason. Real Muto was probably a top 10 to 12 MVP guy. So they just backed their pitching. Rob Thompson, shout out. Yeah, they got the extension. He's not got the intern tag taken off. He's going to get a couple years after this. So happy for the fighting Phils. Good to see excitement there. And
also shout out one of my boys, Gene Segura, who had one of the most games played ever without playing a playoff game, and he contributed big time in that game.
Gene hit machine.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's funny because towards the end of the 2000s, I was really kind of getting sick of this Phillies team, but they completed a complete nosedive, and I'm loving this team so far. Really, I really am. Like you said, the names on there like Schwarber's obviously awesome. Harper. Castellanos, like you said, just a really likable team. I don't know if it's because I went to that game and it was so much fun, but back in June, but which is kind of when they turn things around. But yeah, I'm really liking this Phillies team. They get good vibes for sure.
Yeah, I mean, watching the series going in, I'm I love these Braves teams with Matty O.
I'm all in on the NL, and obviously just because of what I'm afraid is going to happen in the AL, I'm probably going to root for the NL team.
Yeah, so for me, I'm how do you know what this Braves team? And I look up and I see Ozuna at the plate, and then I see the chomp still happening. Okay, maybe they don't need to win again.
Yeah, but yeah.
Ozuna was gone last year. That's why it's okay, they got their one without him. But I mean, this team's loaded. They got 3 years. They extended Strider again. It's like the Breaking Bad. How do we keep away with this?
Yeah, I mean, like I
know the whole core locked up in the entire 20s.
Yeah, like he has like a gun to their head or some blackmail or something to get all these deals.
signed this while the GM had holding his ankles out the window.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like you are like Jedi. You will extend this contract extension.
Little bite me, Bill money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, really impressive win from the Phillies. So I guess we'll stick to the, and I'll just that's where I started. Two NL East teams that are facing off right now in the divisional round. The third one, who was the best one all year, pretty much the whole year, they're done. Which is just, it's insane to say. You ask me that, they don't even make it to the divisional round back in even August, you know what I mean? Or even early September. It just, even as the Braves were always kind of nipping at their heels, but as far as like actually blowing that lead, and then on top of that, not even being able to handle, and this is no slight at San Diego, but you were the second best team in the NL pretty much the whole year, and that's because the Dodgers are wagon. Besides that, you were great all year, and now your season ends like this with, especially like against Scherzer having that awful outing on Friday night. I was waiting for my friends on Friday, so I caught a lot of that game and just home run derby that was happening there, and then you obviously come back in game 2, but then just not able to close out in game 3. Just a really, really disappointing end of the season for the Mets.
Well, that's why everyone, like, I know it's kind of a little bullish on the end of the year, but I was saying the Padres had the arms to go up against the Scherzer, DeGrom, Bassett. And I kind of liked how they played the rotation after. I thought they were going to go. I knew they were going to do Darvish, Scherzer. I knew DeGrom was going to go. Then there was some uncertainty on how like the pitching layout was going to go, and it all came down to game 1 because they said if the Mets won, they're going to go to DeGrom game 3, kind of just throw out Bassett and be like, hopefully we just have DeGrom game on the divisional series. I think the Padres did the same thing with Joe Musgrove because they're also like, okay, like Snell, like I mentioned, I was like between like Snell, Manaea, and Clevenger. Clevenger again left off the roster. He started game 1 last night. But because they were able to get a win with Darvish, they're like, okay, let's maybe like hold on to Musgrove and we're going to take all game 3. If not, we got him to start game 1 against Urias, the Dodgers. So Snell didn't look too good. I kind of had a feeling once I saw DeGrom Snell that the Mets were going to at least force a game 3. But going into game 3, forcing game 3. So going into game 3 when it was Bassett, Musgrove, I know the pitching was in the Padres' favor. I just had a feeling like the Mets are too good. And the season, I knew it was going to end in heartbreak, but I thought I was going to be a little bit down the line. Like, get their hopes up a little bit. Like, give them like a 2015, 2006 run where like you're just gonna like losing either the World Series or the Championship Series after a long run,
or like maybe you go up 2-2 on the Dodgers and
the
last 2. Like at least that round. Like
Jesus. I thought it was gonna be that, and it wasn't. I love how Lindor ad comes on TV when we're talking about that.
That is true.
But yeah, it just came down to Scherzer. That was just a bad outing. And shout out Trent Grisham. A lot of these guys I've been seeing between him, Castellanos, as I mentioned, just needing that reset for the playoffs, just a clean slate. And that they're taking advantage of it.
Well, also I'm wondering if a reason that they waited till Sunday to throw Musgrove did the spider attack not arrive until then or what?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just respect everyone in this situation. Like Showalter is like, now we're getting crushed. His spin rate's up. I guess let's try. But I think his spin rate's up because he was the playoffs and he was throwing like a couple of like there's a couple like mile per hour faster because he was just.
Did you watch the Brian Kenny thing? That was pretty intense. Like, what his numbers? You convinced me, Brian.
Yeah. And then, did you see Machado in the locker room?
No.
It was okay. So they won, so they're popping champagne. So Machado just walks up to Joe. He's like, "Hey, I got some sticky stuff right here," and he's like poured champagne on him. And I was like, that's pretty good, Joe."
Kind of respect that at that point, yeah.
He was like giving him like the ball snap up to the mound. That's why I'm like, I respect everyone in the situation. The Mets throwing the Hail Mary, the Padres getting pissed. Like,
yeah,
that's just good playoff baseball.
Yeah, that was one that was definitely on the phone at. I met some Mets fans who were bridesmaid and her husband on Saturday night after the rest of that. That was a lot of fun. And then they had the phone on the TV for the actual wedding on Sunday. So kind of heartbreak there. It sucks. I really like that Mets team. A lot of fun. I've always liked the Mets. Again, the whole they hate the Yankees, we hate the Yankees. It's a lot of fun. So just really, yeah, it sucks that their season literally ends the wild card round. They were in first place, like what,
157.
Like not that one. No, but like how long ago? Like, I'm trying to think, like,
it was just literally October. Like,
yeah, like September they were in first.
Oh yeah, because it was September 1st was the Saturday, so I think they
October 1st.
October 1st, sorry, yeah, October was Saturday. I think that was game 2 of the series
so
that they
kind of tied. Yeah.
And then they went down 1 with the loss of tiebreaker. So it was really just very bad. Like 8 days of October.
No, very bad. So yeah, that obviously sets up, and we'll get into this maybe a little bit here, but that obviously set up Padres, Dodgers, and Phillies, Braves. So a couple divisional matchups there. But back in the
NL real quick and just give like a brief like couple minutes on game 1.
Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. So yeah, we're obviously in the game 2s tonight for the NL. Game 1s yesterday. I was catching up from stuff from Monday, but I just basically have like a stand-up phone charger, so I just had like a very small view of the game yesterday. That I threw on for Phillies Braves there, and yeah, Phillies just came out firing. Really nothing from Fried there. He got pulled early in that one, but like you said, Castellanos is a big part of that. He had 3 hits, I think 3 RBIs as well.
Yeah, they just seemed very. I was at the office, so I couldn't really watch much, but it seemed like every clip I saw was of them scoring runs for just 2-out hits and timely hitting. So they're able to steal a game in Atlanta, especially even without Wheeler or Nola going. I know Ranger Suarez got the start. He didn't really look too effective, but
he just kept pitching into jams and getting out of it. Like he had 7 walks or something stupid like that. So it's like he had like a shutout going, but like you can pull like the 5th innings because you can't get him out.
Yeah, like 95 pitches.
He was pulling the old dice game. Like it was like 5 innings, 0 runs, but he walked like 8 guys. So yeah, I mean, impressive game 1 win for the Phillies. You're kind of playing. I don't want to say playing with house money here, but like even you get the home field back, right? So if you lose tonight, you'll have 2 games in Philly, and hopefully you don't have to come back to Atlanta if you're them. But
yeah, and we're watching it. It's 3-0 with your boy Gene just hitting a long single,
very long single
of
Rassell. Probably getting it thrown out at second.
So yeah, even it's been a great game, a great pitcher duel between Kyle Wright, 21 game winner, and Zach Wheeler. So it
really just
was the 6th inning. He had Acuna, got a little hurt, and then just the top of the order was able to just push it through. I know I think it was Swanson worked a walk. Olsen literally just hit it hard enough past the first baseman, where like kind of took the glove with him.
Mm-hmm.
Riley infield single, and I think maybe Darno did a single. I know we're podcast.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me to tease what I was teasing before we went on because I want to save it. Austin Riley, walk-up music. Immediately big fan of him. Austin Riley has the like the Stone Cold music. So I was like, oh, that's actually fantastic.
Austin Riley, right? Matty O, my fantasy baseball team. So it's how the Braves middle lineup made the playoffs. So I'll take it. But yeah, it's been a good start. Good, enjoyable series.
We'll see how this one shapes up. Yeah, we'll see how this one shapes up if results hold. 1-1 go back to Philly. We can honestly just like we can maybe even wait till we get the ale on this, but this whole format, I kind of want to fix it. The way that they've shaped these
days off. Like should just started a day later.
Yeah, or like they should have 2 games yesterday. They should have say, do you want to start with the NL?
Yes.
The NL games yesterday. All 4 today. Then
that's how they always
do. The AL games. Yeah, I mean, I get it's different because they usually start on the weekend, but not with the whole wild. I think that's what threw them off because they just wanted to have like a stacked. But it's okay. On Sunday, you're competing with the NFL anyway. If you have 2 games instead of 4, what's the big deal? Like,
and I know it's nice that they all have their own window, but personally, me, like, oh my God, what a catch, Riley.
Yeah.
Personally, me, like, the NBA doesn't put games during the day. They just have competing time slots. I think you just have to do that. You can stagger them a little.
Oh, no, I kind of like the day games. Maybe it's selfish because I work from home.
No, but, like, I was, like, going through, like, imagine, like, a Braves fan. It's like, yeah, 2 playoff games on a Tuesday at 1. I mean, this game ended up being a night game because of rain, but, like, a Tuesday at 1 and a Wednesday at 4.
They should stack them. And again, they do it for ratings.
Especially if you want to get the kids to watch, like, even like put it like at 5, like start at 5,
Yeah.
do like a 5, a 6, a 7, and 8, or
Or
a
even
5,
like
7,
flip
8,
flop.
9.
Even if it's like, yeah, even if you want to put the Yankees and Dodgers in prime time, it's like, all right, then at least switch the order. Yeah, I don't know. There's a way to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
like
no,
stack.
I like the stable. If we're gonna be honest, that's not even my complaint. I used to love I love having like the quadruple header. But it's just like, yeah, like do it right so there's not these weird days off.
Yeah, we're like
Like,
yeah, because
yeah,
like
because AL has a break when they're not traveling, and then not a break
no, they
when
do
they.
get the break. It's their
Well, not if they have to travel for 5.
yeah, it's the
Not on the back
NL.
end.
The NL has to play 6 games in 5 days, and their only day off is the travel. And then the AL gets 1 off, 2 travel day, and then 3 through 5. I mean, it sets up
Which
awesome on Saturday and Sunday. There's a chance there's 4 games both days.
no, I know, but I'm saying they tried too hard. Yeah, they tried too hard to set up that.
Yeah.
But also, what I was going to say, but then the whole, as we kind of saw here in Atlanta tonight, just so we could transition to the AL, there's a chance of downpours tomorrow in New York, and they could end up having to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, I know.
Those 5 because after 2 days off,
and then that screws up managing because he probably only kept like at most 4 starters. But I mean, granted, they go back to Quantrill, but the guys like you probably wanted to try to squeeze in a second Bieber start on a 3 days rest, but now it's only 2. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, we can shift over there. We'll start with Cleveland. Actually, now we're on the topic because they did not score a lot of runs, yet somehow won the series in 2. First, so was it a total of 4 runs?
It's 4 runs, including the quad home run last night. They had 3. They won 2-1. It was literally that game 1 was
for some reason I thought the home run
McClanahan and Bieber, where Siri hit the home run and then Ramirez hit the home run, and that was basically it. And then it was McKenzie versus Glass now, which I missed most of it because I was again doing my Saturday errands, met some people over on Saturday. But I caught the end of it. McKenzie versus Glass now was just an amazing pitcher's duel, and the bullpen kept it up. I watched innings like 11 to 15. It was the classic. Anytime something lasts forever, I always do the Boy Meets World pool game. That was the why the ball's still on the table.
The ball's still on the table. Yeah. No, I for some reason I thought that was a 2-run shot to win the game, but yeah, solo shots. Yeah, 4 all home runs then too. Is that right?
Yep, all home runs.
Yeah. 2-run shot and 2 solos the last couple of games.
But it was nice because like when you watch extra innings, it kind of like lulls you a little bit. Like, and some people were starting to show up, so I was like come running down, letting people in. I just like took standing in front of the TV, taking a breather. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this pitch, and it was the walk-off home run. I'm like, well, that was perfect.
I had the opposite. I've been watching. Well, I mean, I was traveling all the day, but I kind of caught some of the extras. We were getting ready for the rehearsal dinner. I brought my phone to the bathroom just like as we're taking a shower, and then even we were in the lobby waiting for people, and then I think it was like in the process. It was like walking from something to. I just missed it. I literally just missed it. But yeah, fantastic send off there for Cleveland to get them to the next round, and then the other side of that bracket. How about the Mariners? That's another one I'm so mad I missed because I was at rehearsal dinner. I saw the game on Friday, but that was almost like kind of a done deal pretty early.
Yeah, they hopped on Manoah early. Luis Castillo shoved. That's why you go out and trade all those prospects for him. Like they gave up a lot for him. I knew
the man Cal rally.
Oh, big number.
Yeah.
I love that team. And yeah, they were able to mount the comeback. I was able to catch some of it. After that, the gals left for a little bit. It was a J.P. Crawford bloop, basing clear and double, where Bichette almost decapitated Springer. Springer really wore it in that series between the hit by pitch stand the game and just all the injuries. But that was a wild one. Seattle also pull it off. I'm a huge fan of the rally shoe.
Oh yeah. I was hearing about that on BMC today. Yeah. How about that dance at the car dealership?
Oh yeah.
See that clip?
Yep, I did.
Talking about guys being dudes. That was awesome. That whole clip, especially there's no sound too because it's like closed circuit TV. I was like, man, I love those guys.
But we already gonna jump out. They're already dead.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. That was
you can't score. Put up 6 runs on Verlander and lose.
No, and that's one that I was tracking too, and kind of like for some reason again I stopped watching. Like I said, I was finally again much delayed upload of the first episode, and I was just sitting in the bedroom, and I could have thrown it on. Like literally, it's something stupid. Like I checked something on my feed. No, I literally uploaded it, Mike. I had the tweet from our Twitter account. Like it was like I remember looking at my phone. It was like 32 minutes ago I did that, and then 31 minutes ago it was like Jordan Alvarez. I'm like, oh my god, I literally would have seen that live. So I mistakenly was like, I did the Dr. Evil. Like let's just assume this all goes to plan. What? Like I didn't think anything was bad was going to happen there, but it did. And like you said, you got to have that one.
Yeah, for me, I was at the gym. I saw the Breg bomb in the 8th, and I was like tracking the game, like because I saw they had a run around like second and 2 outs. I'm like, they got out of the gym, and I was like, okay, like when I take the train home, I'll keep an eye on it. And I was halfway through, I'm like, oh crap, I got to check in this game. And I pull up the game cast as I see like the ball leave, and it says Jordan Alvarez 3-run home run, 8-7 with like 2 outs in the 8th. I'm like, that means the game's over. Crap. I hated the force management. I mean, you wanted to get your old Cy Young pitcher in, but Robbie Ray has a terrible numbers against the Astros. He's going to eventually start. I mean, again, with the extra days off, like this is basically just bullpen session. But don't force in a reliever. I mean, a starter into relief, and they're not used to hit the most dangerous hitter not named Aaron Judge in the American League.
Yeah,
and throw it right down the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Quick sidebar here.
What?
Speaking of starters being used as relievers, is it normal that Thor is in the game right now?
No, but
is he that down bad? He's not like a starter anymore?
No, he is. He is. I mean, I just think he's their 4. So I think he'll probably see, like I don't mind it when he gets a clean inning.
But like why? It's like 3-0. This
it's probably just to get him some work, like because he's probably gonna pitch game 4. So they'll probably go back to Nola in game 3.
That's true because I guess he hasn't pitched in a while yet, right?
Yeah. So just gotta keep him fresh. It's
okay.
like when we did with Porcello, like we took his bullpen session on between starts through in the 8th inning. If I'm gonna give a clean inning, but when Seawald is like loading up the bases, like let him finish the inning, or at least pitch around Alvarez and have a righty against Bregman. It was the full lefty advanced management. I don't know. I just really didn't like bringing in Ray there, especially the first pitch. Alvarez swings out of his cleats and almost hits a home run. Maybe throw a changeup in the dirt to test him out, but nope, just throw another fastball right down the deck. So and now so now they have the extra off day to stew on this. You're gonna need Luis Castillo to save you again. That's basically it.
Yeah, but even that is just
So this is like what I was texting yesterday. The new format's kind of funny. They can have the positive vibes crash all before they even get a home game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like the highs of the 2 road wins. The wild card, and then you get 2 crushing losses here, and then just to set up Guardians Yankees last night. It seems like Cleveland has no offense. Again, I know the Yankees pitching staff kind of tails down a bit after Cortez, so if you could steal one here, you might be in good shape. Especially with
I mean, like I mentioned, I did it the day after I did officially switch my bracket pick to the Guardians over the Yankees. It's really weird, like kind of like giving off game 1 in a 5-game series, but going in, I'm like Culver's Control. I know Control's pretty good, but you got to think that the Yankees are going to win that one. It's just really on Bieber and McKenzie, games 2 and 3 against Cortez and Severino. I mean, those guys are pretty good, knowing them, but I just really like that. Those 2 guys, they just need to get something going.
I'm not done on them. I think I did kind of text you. I'm gonna have to root for the Astros. Going to play the Yankees, but Cleveland can redeem themselves tomorrow. So
just going to need some big boy starts by both Bieber and Castillo tomorrow, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've kind of declared the Astros the winner of that. I was gonna maybe say the Dodgers, but tight game right now, 3-3 in the 4th between Padres and Dodgers. So I think the Dodgers win this. Obviously, it's over, but
yeah. My thing there is that I really want Mike Clevenger to have a playoff start, not against the Dodgers. 2 years ago, he rushed back from an injury, got blown up, and realized he needed TJ. Now he came back and he blew up last night. Darvish, I don't know. I feel like the Dodgers gonna have his number, especially even when he was a Dodger. And then poor Kershaw. I feel like I saw people saying like, "Hey, this is probably his least stressful start in years, probably ever in the playoffs." And of course, he gave up 3 runs. So
3-3 ball game here. But I'd say we'll probably see Houston next week when we're looking at the LCS again. I think Cleveland Yankees could still go one way or the other. I think the Dodgers will pull it out just no matter how many games, and then really Phillies Braves I also could see going either way. So
I
should have some exciting games this weekend or
yeah,
weekend.
I wouldn't be shocked if I really don't want to if the Dodgers go in 3 and both AL series goes in 3. I mean, that's just going to come strictly down to pitching. But I don't know. Watching this Philly Atlanta series, I think it's going 5.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. So yeah, we'll see. All I know is that if it's Houston versus the Yankees, definitely all in the NL. But
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. Quickly, I only have a few minutes. We just highlight some college football here. I know last weekend, obviously BC got smoked by Clemson. Made me feel better about missing that game with my friends that came up. Bama had a close one. I know that and crazy goal line play. I'm just rattling some stuff off here, Mike. You can dive in after, but I know Texas demolished Oklahoma in the Red River. So I don't know if you have any other big notes there.
Yeah, so it was a big win by Bama to hold on with their backup quarterback. They again boneheaded play by Jimbo at the end. NC State was able to hold off Florida State at the end. Kentucky lost again with Levis out. USC was able to get a big win at home. The slide from Washington continues as they lose to Arizona State. Ohio State took care of business. They probably have looked like the best team in the country this year after that kind of weird game against Notre Dame week 1. UCLA was looking good. They're 5-0. Chip Kelly's boys are 5-0. Utah now has to play is hosting the other California team, so that'll be a good primetime game on Saturday. And then Tennessee looked legit against LSU. That's going to be we'll quickly into that in a minute. Awesome say next week.
Yeah, we have a lot of ranked versus ranked games.
And then
I'll be in the special party. We'll try to squeeze them in.
My Jayhawks did their best with their backup quarterback, but they covered against TCU. I'm all on the Kansas team. That was a wild tweet this week. Some guy tweeted that the quarterback was out for the ear. He was like, "That's news to me." Hayden Daniels, but yeah, I'm really liking that Jayhawk team. I know they had some. They got to go to Oklahoma this week. We'll see.
Also, can't forget shout out our boy PFT JMU still undefeated.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, then as far as like you said, this week have a ton of ranked versus ranked games starting at noon. It's a Big Ten kickoff. Penn State, Michigan, that should be a good one. Just kind of trying to rattle through all the ranked versus ranked games. You can throw some other ones.
The 3 ones that jump off are that one, of course, Alabama, Tennessee. I'm very excited for that game. And Oklahoma State, TCU. I think this is the first time I think I saw ever that there are 3 unbeaten over 5-0 playing.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's true. Dang, yeah. And then how about not to be overlooked, NC State Syracuse 15.
As I was saying, that was big that NC State was able to hold off because that's going to be an awesome game. And then, like I mentioned, the nightcap of USC Utah. Then even Mississippi State,
Kentucky. Yeah.
If Levis comes back, that'll be a good game. And even Florida State's frisky. Clemson at Florida State on ABC. Clemson only 3-point favorites. I think that game could be awesome too. I'm in love with the slate. It's nice when you get the top 25 and you barely have to scroll because they're all playing each other.
I know. Yeah, like I said, I'll have a special party, so we'll be doing some golf, some dinner, some Bruins game too. We'll try to keep the phone active, see if we can catch some highlights and everything there. But yeah, it should be a good Saturday for everyone who has some time to catch these games. But yeah, again, kind of a quick college recap there. But again, let's talk about the NFL, MLB.
We'll have more next week after all the games.
Yes, exactly. And then also, I did want to quickly. I know it seems crazy that it's around the corner, but NBA preview next week is will be started around that time. So I had actually finished basketball draft last night. Actually did pretty well, but yeah. So yeah, overall, I think we'll have to talk about next week. Try to squeeze in, like I said, that NBA preview as well. But overall, thanks everyone for tuning into episode 2 here, and we'll be back next week.
See ya.